Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother, Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. Pedro's the creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This year we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make tongue-twister projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're super excited to be back here. We want to shout everybody out in the Discord chat room. Yeah, the Discord chat room. Pedro, shout them out while I fix the Discord chat.
Good morning to everybody hanging out in all of the chats. As you said before, we are on discord.gg/Adafruit, and we're giving shout outs to everybody hanging out. We got Brent hanging out, Andy Calloway, Greg Z, we got Du Wester, Blitz City DIY, Liz,
hello,
Stuart
good morning.
Riggs, Vince,
Stuart,
Rosin, over on the YouTube chats as well. We got Doug, and on Facebook, sorry I don't have that pulled up, and on Twitch. Good morning to everybody hanging out.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Back.
Yes.
After a little bit of a hiatus last week's show. We still got the project video and the guide out, so thank you all for your patience. Let's go ahead and jump into this show.
Cool. Yeah, we'll start off with a couple of housekeeping items. So we'll start off by paying some bills, shall we? For orders for let me get my bearings here. All right, so there are some freebie deals going on, as you might know, and if you want to know more about it, go to adafruit.com/free. I'll run through them a little bit quickly here. So for orders that are $99 or more, you'll get a free half-size Perma Proto breadboard. For orders that are $149 or more, you get the Perma Proto breadboard plus a randomly selected STEMMA QT. If you have an account with Adafruit, we'll make sure you don't get the same one twice. For orders that are $200 or more, you get the randomly selected STEMMA QT board, the free half-size Perma Proto breadboard, and free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. For orders that are $299 or more, you get the free ground shipping, the randomly selected STEMMA QT, the half-size Perma Proto breadboard, and a Circuit Playground Express. Awesome. All great deals. Check them out. You get as many freebies as you want, and while supplies last, and that's great. All right, the next one is the jobs board. Help wanted. Help is indeed wanted if you are looking for some maker gigs, or if you're an employer looking for some makers with maker skills. Check out the jobs board from Adafruit. It's jobs.adafruit.com. There are some new ones here. We'll just kind of run through them. We got a CAD engineer for the Berkeley, California area. There is a need for an experienced electronics and LED technician for a patriotic memorial project in Nebraska. There's also a contract position opening here for object color tracking in Montreal, Canada. There's another one. There's some CircuitPython ones. CircuitPython project is a personal one in Virginia. And there's another one here, CircuitPython coder needed for an Adafruit Matrix portal. This is from Ali G's Vault. That's a freelance gig. So check them out. You can make one, you can make a profile, it's free to do so, and Lamar and Phil make sure that there's no spammy business going on there, so all good things. Adafruit newsletters, they happen daily, so adafruitdaily.com is where you want to go to check out all of the different daily categories of emails, of stories, of projects from the community. So check it out, adafruitdaily.com, it's a standalone website. You kind of have to opt into it. You don't get automatically subscribed to any of these emails. There's a once-a-week product-focused newsletter. It's called Adafruit Daily. Go to adafruitdaily.com. No, go to adafruit.com/newsletter for this one. I don't know what you'll find at adafruitdaily.com. So,
adafruitdaily.com is where you can subscribe.
Oh, we have the URL too? What? Of course we do. I thought it was just Adafruit.
So you got a handful of newsletters you can subscribe to there. You got electronics, Python microcontrollers, Maker Business, new products, 3D printing, biohacking, wearables, Internet of Things, Make Code, Ion MPI.
I literally did this backwards. This is the Adafruit Daily. That's the one that Pedro said has all the categories. And the once-a-week product-focused one is this one here. Because there's no text here, right? I need to. It even says right there in the little label, news, new news. All right. Well, those are the newsletters. Excellent. And then that's pretty much it for the
little intro there?
Yeah, the little intro there. The housekeeping.
Right. Let's go ahead and jump into last month's project. This is the DIY quiz show control system modeled after Jeopardy. This was done by Dylan Harada.
Yeah, let's take a look at the overhead. And here's the parts.
Yeah, so we showed this off a couple of weeks now, and finally released last week. We got the guide and the video out, and just gonna go through the guide as quick as we can on all this. So really good for setting up trivia now that everybody can be face-to-face. A lot of game opportunities now are arising, and this is the Circuit Playground Bluefruit, having all these button inputs so you can see which player chimes in first. So it'll just light up to the color of whatever you set up, or your little buzzer handle. All 3D printed, nice little handle that Noed designed for this. This is a 3-part, little twisty on, completely modular, so you can change out any of the panel buttons or the construction itself. You take a look on the inside of this. There's a Circuit Playground Bluefruit. We're using the bolt-on system, so excellent for education if you want to reuse this project for different like projects.
You want to reuse the parts for different projects.
So all snap fit together parts. These little lids, little tabs here just snap into each other. Very nice little satisfying click on that. And then on the bottom here we have our STEMMA speaker with our nice little themed grill to Adafruit.
Little stars.
All snap fits together as well, except for the little mounts that you have to use to, sort of secure everything back together. As we were saying, modular, so we're using the bolt-on kit as well as these jumper cables, so you can easily extend this or shorten it if you want to be a little bit more closer.
Yeah.
And the way that it works is that the controller, or the host, has to clear the button, so the players can't just go ahead and chime in whenever they want. So you have to clear that and allow them to actually go in and chime. Everything's written in CircuitPython, so of course you can change all the audio files or the colors or the behavior of everything. So let's go ahead and jump into the Learn Guide.
Yeah, so check it out. Huge shout out to Dylan Harada for spearheading the project with Lamar. They collabed together on figuring out how to make this work.
Yeah, so here's a list of the parts and the 3D printed files that you'll need for this. Like we were saying before, again, all completely modular. So very nice way to set up a project for that. And surprise, everything is in stock for this. Usually isn't.
I don't say usually isn't.
Well, I mean, it's a good problem to have.
It is. Okay, cool. Well, excellent. Yeah, now all the parts are from Adafruit, so including all of the little cables and even the bolt-on kit is all available through Adafruit, so that's really nice to see. Normally you have to get like all these little bits and bobs from other places, but it's nice that everything's here in the shop. That's great. You can add everything to cart.
Go ahead and jump into the 3D printing page for this. I give you all of the settings you're going to need to use for the printing, and there is a couple bit of support that you're going to need for the main case. I have all those listed there. Okay. Of course, you can edit the files if you want to use a different board.
Okay. It's the Fusion 360 link?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just download whatever file format, STL or STEP or whatever.
Yeah, and of course you can use these handles for anything else, any sort of buzzer that you want to hook up with the, specifically the 16-panel mount push button.
Yeah, there's a lot of variable, like 16 millimeter, 30 millimeter, 24 millimeters. There's a lot of different panel mounting buttons, and it's nice to have the little top, just print out a different top, and then the rest of it is fine. So that was the idea behind that.
Sorry.
Yeah, what's
putting the Learn Guide links in here. When it's my turn, I'm always
you're
fall behind on posting on the links. So
I think soon. We're on the Learn Guide.
Right, scrolling down a little bit, you can see all of the settings that you need to do for setting up supports. All of my favorite support settings that make it very easy to easily remove all of those.
Yeah.
So the supports part.
Scroll down.
Yeah, scroll down there.
I was going to open these in a new tab, or?
Oh yeah, you can.
Try.
This is just a time lapse little GIF.
Well, I'm just showing like when I'm previewing the Learn Guide, folks, I have the autoplay GIFs turned off just to save on processing. It should automatically play on your thing. So this shows you way more than just a single screenshot, like how the layering is supposed to be for the supports.
Yeah, I think that is the main thing I'm showing here. How the supports are all set up. You have your low density, you have a smaller extrusion width, and then a little bit of a Z gap just to make that very easy to remove.
Yeah, they are listed, oh boy, right here, all the different support extrusion width, the density. Run through that. If you haven't set up supports yet, definitely is a good reference point here.
And then save it as your main profile.
And then you can save it out as a profile, yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into the circuit diagram for this.
Okay.
Prototype this using the alligator clips. And then after that, you can jump into sort of more permanently, semi-permanently attaching these with the bolt-on kits. Or you can go ahead and solder it too.
Yeah, whatever you
lay it out.
Cool.
The only special thing here is the way that we are connecting the grounds on the arcade button. Scroll up, you can see that that is actually the only thing I soldered. Just have those two connected to make it a little bit more easier.
Daisy chain all your grounds.
Let's go ahead and jump into the assembly.
Okay.
So we're using the jumper cables here and the flat pliers to have it bent at 90 degrees, so you can easily add it to underneath of the bolts that come with the bolt-on kit, or I'm sorry, the nuts for the bolt-on kit, and those are just wide enough so you can attach those wide enough to attach two of them, which you're going to have to do when you're sharing ground for all of these button connections here. So you have to do this at least 2 times. So a little bit of patience. You're definitely going to have to use the third helping hands to steadily hold the CPB in place while you attach those all together. But it can be done. So I'm showing that there. You can attach 2 of them.
Yeah, very nice.
And then the GIF for actually inserting the CPB inside of the case.
From that, new tab.
Definitely useful for having the GIF here. So you can see it just slides in there like that. Make sure your wires are not too tangled up. I did a little bit of a braid there
that's
for the controller, just so I could see which one was for that.
Okay.
So you just want to line up the USB port to the USB cutout on the case. Super easy. And then the screw mounts for that are all in the free pads.
Right, so you add those additional screws.
Yep. And again, that is the 3mm bolt-on kit that we have in the shop. After you secure that down on the bottom, you'll connect the STEMMA speaker and then align that. The STEMMA speaker actually has smaller mounting holes, so you're going to need the M2.5 by 6mm long screws. And we do have a nylon kit that might work, but I totally suggest using the metal M2.5 screws for that.
Yeah, that's a good tip. If you're ever going to do plastic on plastic screws, not maybe the best, definitely metal on plastic is a little bit better and more secure, and it won't strip your plastic screws.
The lid snap fits on there. Of course, you can edit that if you want to have a different lid design for the speaker.
Yeah,
snap fits on there. The wires for all the buzzers all route through the USB port cutout. Route all those out. And then the arcade button screws on to the lid.
Cool.
And then, as we were saying before, we are just connecting the grounds to eliminate one of the cables.
Yeah.
Just make it 3 to connect.
Yeah. These quick connects are really great for arcade buttons. If you ever used them before, definitely get a pack of these. These little arcade quick connects, they're super awesome. They make it so you can make it easier to plug it into the terminals on the button.
Yeah, and it works on not just the arcades, but the panel mount momentary push buttons as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Any of those that are compatible with that. And then setting up the player buzzers that we were showing earlier, it's just a 3-piece design screwed in together, and the momentary button just screws into place as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Nice, simple design. I think you can have a classroom assemble this in a short period of time and then reuse for any other different projects.
For sure, yeah, and it's completely customizable, so you can have the microcontroller doesn't have to be in like the controller, the host's controller. It could be outside of it. So if you have something that you want to scale it up bigger, make it more like impactful, you could kind of make your own buttons if you wanted to. You could use the big 100mm buttons or create your own touchpad buttons.
That is a really good point.
100 different ways to spin this type of project, so that's really fun.
I want to go back to what you just said there on making like a button that could plug into like if you step on it or something. We've made projects like that with the I think it was the Grinch fireplace, where we're making a big cardboard button that you just step on. You could easily attach that to any other button that just has a closed pad.
Capped on tape. Bananas. Maybe the buttons are bananas
Lots
or something.
Lots of different ways to have that close on you.
Super fun. So yeah, we'll be playing this a lot.
Already.
Yeah, we're already playing it a lot. Yeah, I had to trigger it. Bop, bop. Okay.
One of the other things, the PLA that we're using for this is usually labeled as natural PLA.
Sure.
The translucent might be a little bit more too translucent, and we like the way that the natural white PLA diffuses, because as you can see, it has a nice glow instead of like a sharp contrast,
right.
Like almost see-through glow. So I like the diffused one of the natural. But of course, that is up to you, whatever color you print your cases at. You have like a little logo for your school or whatever game that you're playing. Really nice on the side there, or even just vinyl cut you can wrap around.
Cool. That's the assembly part, and then the code pages. Huge shout out to Dylan for putting the code pages together. There's a little code walkthrough as well. Definitely check out the project bundle if you haven't used it yet. Instead of having to manually find the libraries, all your libraries get pulled in for you, so that's really nice, as well as like the little WAV file with the audio files, and if we had any bitmaps, it would be there too. So it's really nice to have the project bundle. So you just click that button there, and you get all the files plus code, right? Very, very fun. Commented really nicely, and there's still screenshots to show you what your USB drive should look like, your CircuitPython drive. It's got these 4 libraries, and then a little bit of a usage here on how to use the Bluetooth. There's a little switch on there, so if you don't want the Bluetooth, you just make sure that the switch is on one position. If you want to use Bluetooth to do HID USB keystrokes, then you just flip the switch on the other side, and you will connect to it with an iOS device or an Android device, and then you use the Bluefruit app to connect to it.
I think that's one thing that we sort of glossed over. This can send HID commands to your computer, so if you have a game that you're playing on the computer with, each
or anything that has USB HD support,
you can
type of computer,
what is being pressed, so you can actually have this as a wireless controller for your game.
Yeah, and then in the code walkthrough, Dylan breaks down all the sections. So if you're relatively new to CircuitPython, this will give you an idea of like what all the sections are doing. So how to like enable the speaker, all the button inputs, all the Bluetooth stuff is right here. And here's the audio WAV file. If you want to change the file name for that or have it looping, you would do that all here. A little bit of the logic here. And then if you want to change the colors to reflect different colors, you'd want to do that here in the if statement there. And the colors are just raw RGB values using pixels.fill. But if you wanted to use the CircuitPython LED animation library, you could easily integrate that and integrate some of the animations so that you can do animations instead of just solid colors. But we wanted to be pretty kind of minimal, so that's why we have these solid colors. But you can go in there and modify it so it can be super rad and have all these cool colors and different sound effects for each player if you wanted to. That would be really cool. Have a different sound effect for each player. Super modular, right? So, and CircuitPython makes the iteration process like doable, so you can keep playing around with it and getting instant feedback.
So you just glossed over a really cool part there.
That's what I do. I gloss, man. I'm a glossy fuck.
For accessibility, if they're blind or something, you can have a different audio playback for the specific player.
So you customize the crap out of this. And shout out to Dylan for segmenting it all like that. And that's really it. That's the rest of the code. That's all of it. So really, really awesome job on it, everybody. I love working on games. It's like the best thing. And then there's a circuit diagram if you want to get that. I kind of glossed over that, but you can create your own circuit diagrams using the Fritzing software. You can pay or compile it yourself. And we have a library of all these parts too, right? And one of the extra bits here, this little arcade button, you can use images, right? I think that's what we did.
It's just a PNG
part, yeah. At some point, we'll learn how to make our own Fritzing parts, me and Pedro personally. Whatever.
It's just a Illustrator file.
It's just an Illustrator.
So it is vector.
It is vector, yeah.
Edit that.
For sure. And you can download the Fritzing file. But that's it in a nutshell.
Do we make this public, this resource page? I think it is, right? So you can download that.
You can let me know. It's just, there's a private button there, but it's not checked, so I guess it's not private.
Sweet.
Which is good. You should definitely let folks download that. Yeah. Cool. So that's really, really fun.
Dang it, and then we glossed over the whole inspiration for this. Varburn from Reading Rainbow and Star Trek is going to be hosting at the end of July, so everybody tune in for that. So, we get the ratings up on that.
Yes,
hopefully
please.
Stay on as a permanent host.
Yeah.
So definitely can't wait to see that one. My son, Gavin, loves Jeopardy.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
we'll be watching.
Wheel of Fortune, too.
'Fortune. 'Too. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay, so that is this week's project. Not that one.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and jump into what are we prototyping? Which one do we do first?
Okay, do we want to check in with the Discord chat room before we do this? Real quick, just say what's up.
Let's see, Vince is saying he wants to host a YouTube game show, Jeopardy-esque. Will that fly legally?
Let's see why
I don't know. I would hope it'd be okay.
Just call it something else. Just call it Jeopardy style. Like we had to.
We called it Jeopardy-like.
Yeah, we might have to change the YouTube video because it's Jeopardy DIY. Maybe that's okay. Fine. Jeopardy DIY.
I mean, we're promoting.
We're always on the edge of like, is this legal? Do we?
All right, which one are we showing off for prototype?
Yes, let's go back to prototype. Okay, cool. So we'll start off with.
I don't know which one. Trinky 2040?
Okay, so Trinky 2040.
Yeah, so JP was showing this off on his product pick of the week, and this is a little absurd, but Lamaro's been showing off the Trinky board, this little guy here, without all of its craziness.
Yeah.
It is a RP2040 in a Trinky style, so it plugs in through USB, and you can have your STEMMA QT sensors stacked on there. But if you're using just the screw and the standoff, you're limited to just one. So I thought, what if we 3D print something where you could just keep stacking them and make a leaning tower of STEMMA.
Leaning tower of QT.
Yeah. So what we did here is take the Lego style little mounts for all of your STEMMA sensors, and just added these little snaps so it'll grab on to the top here of your sensor, your favorite sensor, and then you can use these studs. I think I used them all up to just connect it on the top here, and you just keep stacking these guys up.
Here's a Lego kind of brick to show that this is Lego. I don't know.
I mean, you could use like a Lego board if you want to use a like a pref board or something, but these will just snap in like that.
Okay.
And then we didn't have like the stud or a tube version of this, so that's what also made me go, oh, maybe we can just design those just so people have options for the way they want to stack things. So yeah, these just snap in either on the inside like that or tube to stud. And you just keep stacking these all until you you have as many sensors as you need. We're also using the little USB shell that we have on here, so if you want to have a more secure connection to your USB port, just snap in like that, and you won't have it sort of go all crazy. Okay. If you have like a switch or something on top of there,
okay,
it would be a lot more stable.
Where can folks get the? Not yet. I don't think we really.
Yeah, I'm gonna upload these.
Okay. Yeah, this is
I've been testing out. So, yeah, I had to do some adjustments to the height of the little snap thing there.
Right. Okay.
Just to make sure that they grab all nice and tight.
Right. But it's cool. They're all snap. No hardware needed. That's the whole point. No screws needed. They'll just snap.
The only thing that is needed is like super glue, because these print in two different. They print split up so that you don't need any support materials for the tubes.
Right. And you get the best resolution printing that way.
Oh my god, yeah.
So if you're ever doing a design like that, just split it down the middle. You can print it in two pieces, two colors, and glue them back together. Pretty simple.
Yep. So that is the 2040 Trinky stackable Lego base
To go
plates.
with that, we have a model for the RP2040 Trinky. This is what it looks like. We just took the Eagle file from Lamar and turned it into the 3D model with Fusion 360. These are, if you want to put the link, Pedro, on the GitHub repo. So the GitHub repo has this 3D model. Here's my GitHub repo. So you can check that out. Super visually stunning, I know. Look at that huge visual stunning list of parts. Cool. All right. Yeah. So we got the link for the GitHub?
I do not. That's what I'm looking for. GitHub. I was looking for this part, actually.
Yeah. So if you haven't started and you're like GitHub, you can start it so you can see whenever I upload new stuff, and I have some other stuff to share. But yeah, that's the RP2040 Trinky. Got a 3D model out there. Yeah, and I also made sure that the PCB is the right thickness. It's 3 millimeters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker than your normal 1.54. But in any manner, back over to what you're prototyping. Kind of a early one. This is a fun little keypad. It's a 4-button keypad in the shape of a kitty paw, it has a display in the center. This is a collab project with Liz, Party Parrots. So the idea is that you can press these buttons and advance the animation. This is a sprite sheet animation. And the idea is to make this into a USB/MIDI controller. And you can kind of choose whether you want it to be a MIDI controller to play some music or a USB controller to do just some fun macros. It's powered off of the Cutie Pie RP2040. And it's USB-C on the back there, and it has snap fit parts, little kitty in the back there. And they're all just free wired, no custom PCB. Yeah, and this is a little TFT display having the Party Parrot GIF. So that's what that will be next week's show that we'll talk about. Hopefully we'll have the video next week for it as well. But the Learn Guide for this is actually out now. So if you want to know more about it, check it out. It's live right now. But next week we'll talk all about it.
Yeah, we're out of time for this week for that.
And that's we're not done with prototyping. We got another thing. This is the MacroPad RP2040, just released, very new, very awesome. 3x4 button keypad with a built-in OLED display and a rotary encoder. This thing's amazing. It's got a couple of different PCBs going on, and what I want to do is make a 3D printed kind of wedge so that it'd be at an angle. So this is a 14-degree angle, and also ties into the built-in standoffs that are soldered into the PCB. So really, really cool. Just a kind of running the demo mode right now. I don't have anything going on it, but it's really nice. You can add more sensors using the STEMMA QT connector here, and then the reset button right there. So that's really it for that. So we have a CAD model for it as well. So if folks want to start designing cool enclosures or different projects for it, we have two different ones. This is the bare bones. It just has the PCB with the standoffs and the Kale sockets, but the switches aren't there. But it does have the display and the rotary encoder. That's what the bare bones comes with. If you want the full kit, the starter kit, it comes with the back panel, the back plate, and a key plate that kind of helps stabilize the keys. And I also threw in some Cherry MX switches there just to show the layering of them all. And then I have some screws in the back there, the M3 screws, that show how they all get screwed together and fastened. But yeah, the models are available right now on the GitHub repo, so you can check those out. Yeah, and sign up to get notified if you weren't able to get one and you want to get one. You can sign up.
They will be back.
Yeah, they will be back. Ilmar's working on.
Yep, there's a couple that are stashed away, just ready to be released at any minute now. So keep that page open, reload it several times.
Right, yeah. But yeah, that's what's in the works right now. I'll release this at some point. So yeah, demo code.
Yeah, there's really cool demos that Dan and JP and I'm almost forgetting. I think Kat and A are working on. So stay tuned for those. Lots of really cool demos.
Ish. More to come. More pause and stuff. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's it for prototyping.
Yeah, let's do a quick layer by layer. If I can get to that. How am I going to do this? Go here, and then here. Yeah, so if you are interested in some CAD stuff, I got about a 30-minute tutorial on how to use, how to make symmetrical designs. This kitty paw thing, like I had to learn how to use symmetry in Fusion 360. So there's a way to use the symmetry constraints with splines so that you can have really curvy shapes. So in this example here, I'm showing how I have user parameters set up so that I can change the curvature of this shape that's all built with splines, and it's symmetric. So when one thing gets affected, the other side gets affected, and you can do symmetry 4 ways like this right here. So the left reflects the right and the top reflects the bottom. This is supposed to be kind of like how I created the bezel for a display. So if you're trying to make like a TV, like an old school TV with like super curvature and bezels, you definitely want to learn how to use the spline tool, and even better, how to drive it parametrically and symmetrically with sketch constraints. So check it out. Not a lot of people checked it out, so it's one of those really niche. You didn't think you'd need it. I didn't think it. I went this far without knowing, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, the way we did it before was doing it inside of Illustrator, which importing that in, you'll have all these like dots all over your curves.
And it's just like, why don't you just copy and paste, right? The other side. It's like, well, it has to be a closed spline, and I had to really massage this shape to get the proportions right for this kitty paw. Like I went all out on trying to get the shape to be like proportionally accurate. Accurate to what? I don't know. But
to the shape you want.
To the shape I want, yeah. So I don't know. Check it out.
Well, specifically to the shape of the inside of the TFT there.
And I really needed to have this whole shape be done in Fusion, because if any other app, when you import vector and then you try to do sweeps or you try to do something else with the paths, normally they're like not optimized for Fusion, or even not even optimized for milling or anything like that. So that's why I like doing everything. And this really helped me really get a handle on splines and the Bezier curves.
That's the keyword there, optimization, because otherwise you'll have points all over that are not needed.
Such a ridiculous way to like learn like good tips. I love it.
Looking over the chat on Discord, Brent is asking, does the case snap onto a standard keyboard?
Which case?
The MacroPad.
Oh, I didn't really design it to do that, but we could design it to do that. Let me know what kind of keyboard you'd like it to snap into, and see if that might be an option. But
yeah, like onto the side of a keyboard, so it can be like the keyboard
that'd be cool.
Extension.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Like the number
that'd
pad.
Be cool. Yeah, I was thinking of adding some other corner bits here, so you can add some rubber feet.
Yeah,
I think that might be a cool thing. It's just prototyping, right? So I'm not done with it yet, but.
Or maybe like a Ninja Flex that just goes all the way around. So.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but then you
the
need
feet
a lot
might
of
be
Ninja
easier.
Flex. Yeah, might be able to do feet. This has weight to it. Have you held this in your hand?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
shit.
heavy. It's like
heavy,
the
man.
PCB.
And it's kind of right. It is the PCB and all the keys, but this is fairly thin. Like this is 1.5 millimeter thin, and then this right here is like a little bit thicker, with a little bit of a ledge here, so that it has just more. But look at that. Look at the way it's inclining. Here, let me see if I can do. Hold that right there for me while I do the focus. All right, now look at. You can kind of see the steps there, the way it was printed. Like, this is actually the bottom side that gets printed. And I don't know, pretty good resolution, right? The stepping of it. Yeah, I don't know why I showed that, but that's cool.
And so Brent's clarifying, he wants to place the numpad in the middle of his split keyboard.
Yeah, show me what the split keyboard you have.
Yeah, he has the Kness Freestyle 2.
Do we have a cat and a bird hugging? Oh my
gosh. Well, Liz is saying that the irony of the bird being inside the cat paw is that it's inside the parrot inside the cat paw.
That's funny. Meanwhile, at Liz's place, yeah.
Okay, so it's this guy here.
That is so cute.
There's this split keyboard. Looks like you might be able to have some like wedge or something that can go in there.
That's cool. Nice, yeah.
Maybe it can clip on to underneath where the little risers are for that, the feet for the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yes, cue the lawnmowers, I know, right?
Cool. All right, well.
Oh, and then a shout out to Karen in the YouTube.
Shout out, Karen.
All right, I think that's it for this week's prototype. We'll keep
so,
working on all of this.
Yeah, very fun. Fun stuff.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to this week's Community Makes.
Every week on Tuesday, we try to 3D print something from the community and do a time lapse about it, and then show it on the show. So, last week. Yeah, sorry.
The micro catapult, super fun for the office as you return back. Use this to annoy your coworkers or launch, I don't know, candy or something at them.
Done.
You know how it is. Having the office antics.
Sure.
So here we're just using some LEDs.
I don't know how it is. I haven't been in office in quite a few years.
No, I'm laughing at what we're using here to catapult.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely don't use LEDs. You'll definitely poke someone's eye out.
This is all we had.
I'm gonna suggest using candy or something.
But this is a remix design, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a remix design. Bingo Blob put this up here.
And he made it ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous, yeah. Look at this little chart. V1 when he goes this far, V2 goes that far. Ooh. Super technical. You can also 3D print the little balls, right? I know.
Yeah. Again, candy.
Again, candy, yeah. Easy printing, one solid part, very cool. The original design is from this fellow here. Yep, so you can check that out.
So what's so cool about this is the spring or whatever that is being used to act as the mechanism that'll launch.
Right. Luke Hansel is the original designer, remixed by Bingo Blob. So let's take a look in the overhead.
Yeah, so this little thin piece of PLA here is what's providing like the spring action for it. One tip though, for anything that's printed in PLA and you're using like any springs, like what was it? One of the torture things, one of the boxes that had like a spring open part, I had to completely throw away because of, you can kind of see it here, if you leave it latched in like that, the PLA is going to sort of mold over time into that, and then the spring won't work anymore. So that's what happened there.
Right, so there's a tip there.
So just some things to watch out for with PLA. Of course, this won't have a Pet G, I don't think. But there you go. It's a built-in little micro catapult. The spring action here going on.
Yeah.
It's a nice little, it takes like, what was it, like 2 hours to print.
Yeah, print in place. Very cool.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, good torture test too for your printer as the angles.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, cool.
And then this week's Timelapse Tuesday was this Lowpoly Pokeball.
By 3D Mon. I was going to call it the origami style. Like,
yeah, that's what interested me so much about this. The included hinge, or the printed place hinge, and then because everything he needs to be folded together to form the domes for each side. So if we take a look at the overhead here, you can see how this is all bent. It prints in one flat piece, and then you just bend these to create the dome for each half. And we have our printed place hinge there, and then this little guy here clips onto the little hole there.
Yeah, that's very cool. And then what? It's hot glue to secure those tabs?
Yeah, you can use hot glue for these. It's supposed to like click in, but my tolerances are off.
All right. So some glue may be required. That's fine.
Yeah. If your tolerance is a little bit better than these, it should just snap in. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the resurgence of Pokemon. I think you were saying because of new seasons out, you have the new game.
It's on Netflix. There's like a 2021 cartoon out.
And of course, obviously, the kid is...
Gavin's super into Pokemon right now.
Yeah.
Like he had a Pokemon-themed birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Super cute.
So of course, we had to start doing some Pokemon stuff. So there we go. Huh. And this was just released as well, so... Pretty cool use of doing origami, doing the hinge.
So shout out to 3D Mon.
The way it snap fits together.
It's a free download off Colts 3D, so you can check it out. And it doubles as a great origami, so get your Christmas gear ready. And very, very cool. Pokeball.
Gotta print them all.
Pokeball. Very fun. So thank you, 3D Mon. All right, and then we have some other community makes from the community. So let me run through those now. All right. First up, we got a make from John Gallagher on Twitter. He tagged us. He made the Infinity Mirror Coaster project. So here's John showing it off. He is a professor in the Boston area. Shout out to him. He's been on Show and Tell. He's a frequent Show and Teller. Wish he was my professor.
Right?
It was so cool. But yeah, he's showing this off. He's going to use this as a way to teach his students how to make some fun shit.
Very cool.
Let's just let that one slip. All right, and then next up we have one from Stuart Riggs. I think you're in the chat room, Stuart. Wanted to share your version 2 of your Multipass. So check it out.
Awesome.
This is a super awesome demo. Stuart has his code and files on the GitHub. So check those out.
It's so freaking cool.
It is so cool, yeah. So you got this super cool light, you got NeoPixel jewel going there that's lighting up, reacting to stuff. And just a really nice OLED display as well. So really good use of the cutie pie and like putting it all together in this like super rad little name tag badge. for conferences and stuff like that. Everyone needs to make like their own personal like Multipass. I dig it. So huge shout out to Stuart for sharing this with us and just making it awesome.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, I love seeing all of the upgrades upon upgrades. Every time you came on show and tell.
It's getting more and better. I think it's like a little piece of acrylic, like a rod or an acrylic rod. Super cool. All right, some more stuff here. We got a kind of a remix of the Heatset Insert. So if you're looking for a way to do Heatset inserts into 3D printed parts, we have a device that helps you do really smooth, linear Heatset inserts. So this fellow here found an issue with the kind of bearing plate and remixed it so that it fits a different setup. So that's really cool to see other folks remixing it. The files are all open source, and they can download it in different file formats, and that's what I like to see folks making it work for their setup. So that's really, really cool. Here's the original kind of design there. This was a collab project with Bill Binko, so shout out to Bill Binko for that one. But yeah, this is one of the kind of rigs that we needed for our own personal use. And these are the Heatset inserts. We even sell these Heatset inserts.
I was going to say, quick plug, they are in stock.
They are indeed in stock. So if you're ever looking to do if you're doing a lot of them, that's really why, and you can damage your part if you do it incorrectly. So that's why I really needed to make this. And Bill Binko our brains just kind of were working on the same thing. Is it a Catapult? It's a crazy Catapult. Yeah, so cool. Heatset insert rig, it's out there. And we got one last one here. This is, or actually second to the last one, this is Mario Boo. This is a make by Pat6046 on Thingiverse. I got a lot of makes on this one, right? It's a little planter, no electronics, but very fun. A little planter modeled after the iconic Boo from the Mario video game series.
Yeah, you can add electronics to it, make it glow. Yeah. And I just read the description there. Wow, primer fill and acrylic paint. That's why it's so smooth. Wow.
It's super smooth, y'all.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is a good one for practicing your smoothing techniques, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Very, very excellent. And you can put a plant in there. Give it character. Cool. Some folks like the unibrow, they give them a unibrow. Some folks paint it, some fakes out. But it continues to keep making things. Shout out 2014. All right, and then the last one. This is Tim C, Foamy Guy, better known, aka Foamy Guy, has a really cool project on the Learn Guide that isn't released yet. Sorry, I'm sneak peeking this, but using the 3D printed place crank for the rotary encoder. It's using the Adafruit rotary Trinky, and it's a way to create a brightness crank. So it's got some really fun things where you have to actually crank it a little bit harder to actually get your thing to work. So. Very, very cool project. Can't wait to see this released, but I figured I'd show it, just a preview here in the Learn Guide. It's in moderation.
Yeah, it'll be out later today, I hope. And he has a nice little explanation why he's using the crank to keep the brightness up.
Right.
So when you're scrolling through social media, you
have to work for it.
You have to work for it.
Yeah, yeah, very, very cool. So thanks, Tim. You can watch Foamy Guy as well on some days when he's streaming. You can.
Yeah. I'll post a link in the Discord on the live broadcasting channel.
Cool. Cool.
Right,
wonderful. That's the Sweets Community Makes. Thank you, everybody, so much. We hope to see more stuff later tonight, because tonight is Show and Tell. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we invite everybody to come and share what they're working on. It doesn't have to be finished projects. It could be ideas, sketch pads, retro gear, work in progress.
Always welcome.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, it's going to be an hour with Lamar and Phil on Ask an Engineer. All the new products come out, all the sneak peek of what Lamar is working on, and discount codes.
Discount codes are back. 10% off. You can get fill up your carts and check out as the show goes on.
All right, just checking out the
Discord
comments here. Gabe can't wait to build his heat set press.
Oh, sweet.
And then Fetty Alvaro is asking if we've tried the lightweight PLA. Not yet. We need to get our hands on some of that.
Lightweight PLA. We have done some. A couple of years ago, we were playing with different styles of PLA and even ABS and some other polymers to make 3D printed oh gosh, what were they called?
Drone
bumpers
guards,
or something?
yeah.
Drone guards, yeah, fan guards, propeller guards for your little drones, your little toy drones. And I think we have a video out too, but this was a couple years ago, and I think the thing we found was ABS was the strongest and the lightest.
Yeah.
So ABS won that one.
We'll try it again with the low weight.
But you know, nobody wants to put in ABS. It's terrible. Both
unless you have to.
Unless you have to, yeah. And you have it set up and ventilated and all that stuff. Yeah. Catapult drones.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Discord here. Definitely join in that for the discussions as the live show goes on, if you haven't already. Discord.gg/Adafruit.
Cool. Don't forget, there's a bunch of CAD models out there if you want to play with those. And we'll release more stuff as we get to it.
Yeah, and you can follow us on all the socials. Where's my finger pointing over there? At Ekin and at VideoPixel. And of course, Adafruit. Post every day.
Yes.
I think that's it for this show.
Cool. We're a little rusty because last week, but hey, we'll be here next week.
Yeah, there's still stuff going on.
Yeah.
But getting through it. Looks like probably at the end of the summer, we'll be back to weekly.
Right. We have a floor. That's really nice.
Yeah, we got a floor.
We have a really nice floor. It's been nice to walk around in it and spend some time with the kids down there.
Yep. We've got a bunch of lighting going in, a bunch of fans going in. Right. The pool heater got replaced yesterday, so there's lots of stuff still to finish up.
Yep. So thanks everybody for hanging in there with us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tonight. Don't forget. That's that. I want to show that next week. So this weekend is a bit of a holiday here in the States, so we won't have a Monday show. Normally Mondays are a CircuitPython meeting, so it'll happen on the following day, a Tuesday, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And the rest of the stuff is good.
Yep.
JP's
Project of the Week.
Project of the Week, yep. I think we're going to see Lamar on Sunday. We may or may not, but we'll hear more about her. But normally she does the stream every Sunday from the Desk of Late Ada around 8, 9, 10 p.m.-ish. She's been doing it a little bit earlier, which is nice.
Yeah. You've been watching 3D Hangouts. Happens every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, I do. And then tonight. And then tomorrow, John Park.
Returns.
John Park's workshop.
Yes.
It's back every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Scott, I think, won't be doing Friday because that's the holiday.
Oh, okay.
Like all of Adafruit is off on Friday, so that's pretty cool. But hey, deep dive. Maybe he'll do it on Thursday. We'll see.
You gotta subscribe to find out.
Yeah, and check the Discord, of course, to check that out. Well, I hope we get to do this again.
I think soon. I think for the July party.
This photo was taken maybe a couple of years ago now. It was one of the last photos. The actual photographer's in there too. Kind of like a Where's Waldo? Where's Colin? He's in there somewhere. PT's in there somewhere too. He's right next to Colin. Well, if you're on vacation, enjoy it. It's very nice, and I can't wait to everybody be together again.
Yay! All right, guys. That's it for this week. And don't forget to
make a great day.
Make a great day.
Bye, folks.
See you later tonight.
Peace.